On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
Danny's going to tell us he's going to go to a show, and I'm going to go to a show, and then we're going to do a preview of something that's going to happen in Ocean City. So, Danny, what are you going to see?
So this week, tomorrow, maybe not for this show, but I'm working for a show called Toast, the Ultimate Bread Tribute.
Oh, boy.
Bread, man.
Bread rules.
Yeah.
The ultimate soft rock band from the 70s.
Absolutely. But I'm looking forward to it. I like Bread. I've got nothing against them. They wrote great songs. You know, Aubrey was an amazing song.
All right. Here's your trivia. Who is the lead singer of Bread, Danny?
David Gates.
David Gates. Was that somebody listening in the background there?
I think it was.
Yeah, I heard a noise. David Gates. Okay, Dana.
I got the David part.
Okay, David Gates was the lead singer of Bread. Dana, who's listening in the other room, David Gates also had a solo single. What was the name of that song?
Dana, you listening?
She's listening.
He said David Gates also had a solo single. He had a solo career. And what was the name of his single?
The big song that David Gates is famous for.
Wait.
This is bonus material with Dana. She's stomping around.
Not Oh Shoot.
Oh Shoot is not his. No, it's not her song. His song. Come on.
Goodbye doesn't mean forever. Is it that one?
What's the name of the song? Yes,
Goodbye, girl.
Yes, she got it right. Correct. Bonus points for Dana Davis.
Do I get all the money?
Yes, you do.
Get double the money. You get double what I get.
All right, so I want you to put your coat on and run outside and wait by the mailbox. That's where the money's going to be.
Right there.
He probably didn't notice.
Go to his wallet.
Okay. Yeah.
You have all the money. I think I have $4. So, and you can't have that.
Oh.
That's how my family works too. I never have more than $3-4 in my wallet ever.
We don't need it. We have our debit cards. We have Apple Pay. We have everything else that we need.
No, not compared. My wife's always got cash on her. I don't know why.
I know.
All right, we need to finish this up.
Yeah.
I got to get some dinner sometime. I'm getting hungry.
Goodbye, girl. And they did that yesterday.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah, so we were talking about Toast for some ridiculous reason. But so, Danny, what else are you going to go see?
Okay, what else am I going to see? Okay, Friday night, I'm seeing Melissa Etheridge.
Ugh.
Give or take.
She's talented, but I'm not into her music much.
Yeah. I'll leave Saturday night show for in a minute, but on Sunday, I'm going to see a Broadway musical that's touring around, playing in Wilmington, called Dear Evan Hansen, which my daughter is freaking out excited about. I'm like, I don't know any of the music, so.
Who's Evan Hansen?
I don't know. It's the guy that this show is about.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know anything about that. It's definitely not hard rocking for us, but maybe your daughter can tell us later at some point. I have no idea.
She'll love it. And then Saturday night, I am working for Dweezil Zappa.
Ooh, what a talent that guy is.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Yeah, if anybody's ever heard him play guitar, he is phenomenal. He is so freaking good.
Yeah, is it one of those Dweezil plays Zappa shows? He plays his dad's music?
Zappa plays Zappa. No, but I've seen the set list, and it's pretty much all Frank Zappa songs. He does a couple of covers, like he did the one the one set list I saw, he did One Foot Out the Door by Van Halen.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe it was Push Comes to Shove. I don't remember, but anyway, so he does a couple of covers like that, and most of it, like Probably 18 of the 20 songs are all Frank Zappa songs. And one of my favorites, My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama, is not one of them. But who knows? He may play it. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, he's got stories. If you happen to see him there early and talk to him, I'm sure he's got a billion Edward Van Halen stories because he met him when he was a kid. So
yeah.
And they were friends.
Yes.
So. Monster Town.
So that's Saturday night. And then next Friday, which is April 18th, I am seeing Stanley Jordan, who I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a guitar player, and he has got a very unique style. He plays right-handed, like most guys, but then he plays the melody with his right hand on the fretboard.
Yeah.
So his left hand is playing chords, and his right hand is playing the melody, and it is unbelievable to listen to. It is so cool.
Yeah.
But
I know who he is. Yeah, he's a jazz dude mostly, and he plays with both hands on the fretboards, right? Pretty much. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I'm seeing a week from this coming Friday. So, and then the following Friday, I'm seeing the Fab Four, which is a Beatles tribute, which I'm really looking forward to because apparently they are spot on, note for note.
I have seen them.
Have you?
They've been around forever. They play the whole country. I have seen them. They are great. When I saw them, they started with the old Beatles mop tops, and they went through costume changes, and they go all the way from like 63 to 70, and they look the part. They sound the part. They are great.
Play Sgt. Pepper costumes, all that.
Oh yeah, so good.
Nice.
And you'll know all the songs. So.
Well, yeah. That's one band that I do know all the songs for. I will admit that.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty cool. Are you going with your daughter? Are
Hmm?
you going with your daughter? Because I know she's a big Beatles fan.
No, I'm working that show, but I should ask her if she wants to go.
Oh, she would love that. They are great. Do that.
And the next night or the next day after the Fab Four show, we're flying to Costa Rica for a week. So I'll be peacing out.
Yeah, I don't have any giant list of shows like you do, but I might on the 12th, I think it's next Sunday, the Rainbow Bar and Grill in their parking lot is having their Rainbow Bash. And the headliner for that show is Michael Monroe. And I've never seen Michael Monroe, so I'm thinking of going to that. Tickets are...
Man, as big a fan as you are, you've never seen him.
Well, I was supposed to see him in 84, but then the Razzle crash happened and the show got canceled.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So I'm 90% going to go to that one. Opening for him is a bunch of acts, including Faster Pussycat, Odin, who I never liked, but if you've ever saw they're in that movie, oh God, it's about the 80s, and
Decline of Western Civilization.
Part 2, Odin is in that. And they were a band I really didn't like, but they're playing, or reforming and playing. And of all bands, well, we talked about a second ago, Black Oak, Arkansas is also playing.
Really?
Yeah, it's a free show. There's like 6-7 bands. They play behind the Rainbow and the Roxy. There's a parking lot. And if you've seen the Cheech and Chong's first movie, Up in Smoke, at the end of the movie, they're sitting in their van. That's the parking lot. And Danny actually saw the parking lot where they're going to have the show.
Yeah, that is a tiny place to have a concert.
Yeah, so they pack the Rainbow, they pack that. And it's free, but once you give them your free ticket, you have to pay a 2-drink minimum, which is $30. So it's really not free, but you still get 2 drinks. It costs you $30 for all those bands. It's totally worth it. So
yeah.
I'm going to probably do that.
That sounds very cool. I'd definitely go with you.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about the Boardwalk Rock concert in Ocean City, Maryland. So see you in 2 minutes.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to talk about the Boardwalk Rock Festival that's in Ocean City, Maryland on May 17th and 18th. And I'm thinking about going. I'm not sure yet, though, because it's pretty expensive. It's like $140 for the lowest level for one day. And it's like $260 for 2 days. But the venue, it's on the beach. The stage is actually there's 2 stages or maybe there's 3. But anyway, they're both all the stages are on the actual beach, and there's VIP areas cordoned off, and I think there's some seating areas and things like that. But I thought we'd go through and talk about each of the bands on each day. You know, if I do end up going, which day I would go to, which is clear which day I would go to, no question.
Oh, it's clear for me too. Out of all these days, I know which one I would go to. But, okay.
Absolutely. So on the first day, they start out with a band called Royal Lynn, which I've never heard of.
Okay.
Mark said you looked into it.
Yeah, Royal Lynn is a female singer. She's from Michigan, and I went on YouTube and watched her. Modern rock with a country twangy vocals. She looks like she's about 20, 21. Very attractive. Not really my kind of music, but she seems like she's talented, so maybe she'll be huge in a few years. But that's who she is. She's starting it off. But.
Okay. Next on Saturday is somebody called Kat Von D, which I've heard of before. She's, of course, a lady, hard rock. I don't really know a whole lot about her.
Okay. Here's what I know about Kat Von D. She's a tattoo artist. She had a couple shows. LA Ink was the big one she had. Hispanic woman, very attractive. She used to be really tatted up and really wild and crazy. I mean, she's a portrait artist, so she's really good at what she does. But I don't think she does it anymore. She ended up getting married, moving to like Indiana. But the music she plays is not hard rock at all. It's almost dance music. So it's kind of it's kind of weird that she's on this bill. I mean, everybody knows who she is in that particular area, especially tattoos. But her music is really almost disco-y. It's odd, but
I'm thinking of somebody else then, because who I was thinking of was like German hard rock.
No, this is not hard rock at all. Just check her videos out. But she's very nice to look at. I gotta say.
Next up is a band called Trapped. Another band I know nothing about. Haven't heard of them before. You know.
Yeah, all I know is they were a California band that formed in 1999. They had one big song called Headstrong. And it's one of these 90s. Yeah, these 90s bands that I really don't know much about. It's not my thing. They didn't do anything for me, so yeah.
Okay. Next is a band called Everclear, which I have heard of. I like them. Okay, you know, I like their hits. I haven't gone deep into any of their albums or anything, but I would go see them.
Yeah, they were kind of a punk band in California. The songs I really like by them are the really early stuff. They had a song called Heroin Girl and Santa Monica. Those are my two favorites. Then they got a little popular, and their stuff got really, really poppy, almost like pop rock. And then that's when they had they probably had like 5 or 6 hits. And then they broke up, and now they're back again. I mean, you'll be able to sing all their songs when you see them. They're actually quite good. But
next up is Puddle of Mud, which I know, kind of like Everclear. I know a couple of their songs. Don't go deep into their catalog at all. So, you know, I could see them, not see them. The songs I do know, I like. Okay, so.
Yeah, I guess their lead singer, Wes Scatlin, is kind of a train wreck. I guess he's had all kinds of issues. Seems like every time you read about him, there's something going on with that dude, or something went wrong at a concert, or he got arrested, or whatever. It's that kind of stuff. People aren't really talking about their music, but they were popular for a while. But again, I guess I'm that guy on the lawn. Get off my lawn, guy, because I'm not into Trapped or Puddle of Mud or any of those. That era just doesn't appeal to me. But so I would be eating a corn dog during that if I was going that day. So
yeah, so for me it would be, that's when I'd be heading down there. You know, I wouldn't try to be there an hour before the first band goes like I normally would. But after Puddle of Mud is when I would start wanting to be there for sure, because the next band is Extreme, which anybody who listens to this show knows I'm a huge Extreme fan. So I've seen them probably 10 times, so it wouldn't be anything new, but they are amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're lumped together with these acts so far. But I kind of like it when they do this. They'll put some 90s bands with some 80s bands, mix it up a bit. Because
Yeah.
you don't want everybody to sound the same. It gets boring if everybody's the same. So it's definitely different.
Because you could have 2000s bands that all sound the same. You wouldn't know one band starts and the next one ends. But, but
And
Extreme, I'd want to see them.
And we don't know if there's two stages. I'm going to guess like one band's playing and one band's setting up. But if there's three, there might be a third stage way in the back in a tent, or these acts that we really don't know anything about are playing. So I'm going to guess the bigger bands that we've heard of obviously going to be in the big stages. There might be a side stage somewhere, like the first couple of acts we talked about might be on there. But Extreme's always great.
Next up is the Struts. I like them pretty good. They're a newer band, basic hard rock. I like them all right.
Yeah,
I would definitely see them.
Very poppy. Their newer stuff is almost like Robbie Williams-esque. All their songs are sing-along. The first two albums I thought were really good, but they're kind of like going on this Maroon 5 type deal. I haven't seen them live, but apparently they're really good live, and they're heavier live than they are on their albums.
Yeah.
Very talented group. I would definitely watch them for sure. So.
Yeah. Next up, no question, Mammoth WVH is on the bill. I'm a gigantic fan, as you guys know. Mark traveled from California on his birthday trip out here, and that's the band we saw up in Keswick Theater and up around Philly. So, yeah, I'm not going to get a hot dog when they're on.
Yeah, they're damn good. Right now, this festival started a little light, but now you got 3 bands in a row. I would stay to see it for sure. So,
absolutely. So
far, Saturday's looking pretty good. So big thumbs up for Mammoth WVH.
Yep. Next up, band I have never heard of, have no idea who they are, is Flyleaf with Lacey Sturm. No idea. Don't know anything about them.
Yeah, this is one of those bands I've heard of but didn't know squat about them. All I know is that they've had a couple of female vocalists. They're a hard rock, 90s hard rock band. Apparently, they have a Christian influence with their lyrics, but they're not really a Christian band. But I guess they're kind of popular. But yeah, I don't know anything about those guys. So I'm sorry. Get off my lawn. I don't know anything about these guys. Next.
That might be a bathroom break brand.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're on a side stage. I don't know.
Or they might be really good. You just never know. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to help me with the next two.
Let's take a break for a second, because I know there was a lineup listing of when they were playing on what stage.
Okay. Well, I know the next band. I know the list. I have the list in front of me too. I can tell you.
Do you have it when they're playing on the stages?
No, I don't have the times or anything like that. But I just
this had times and stages.
Because the next band I've heard of and I know the name, but I don't know squat about them. Can't say that I know one. I know one song from them. So.
All right, so we're back. I've looked up the actual stages and where they're playing.
Set
what
times
they are.
Okay.
Yeah, set times. So we got up through Mammoth WVH and Flyleaf.
Right.
Flyleaf is actually on one of the side stages, and so is Extreme.
Really?
They have 3 stages: Thunder, Bolt, and Lightning. Huh. So on the Lightning stage is Trapped, Extreme, Everclear, which we haven't talked about yet, and Flyleaf.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd definitely. The problem is Extreme and the Struts are playing at the same time on 2 different stages.
Ooh, so this might be huge. They might have set this thing out. So yeah, you might have to walk like half a mile or a quarter mile to go to a stage.
Yeah, I think the 2 main stages are facing each other on each end of the beach, and then there's a third stage over on the side.
Yeah, probably in a tent or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we haven't talked about Chevelle. They're playing on the Thunder stage, and each of these bands has an hour, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you one
Chevelle,
song for them.
I know of them, but I don't really know much about them. Yeah, between them and Everclear play at the same time.
Okay.
So I would probably go see Chevelle, I think.
I would see Everclear. That's just me though. That stinks that
right
Extreme It stinks that Extreme and the Struts are playing at the same time because you'd think they would have the same kind of fans.
Exactly. And then Mammoth WVH is playing after Extreme, but before Chevelle and Everclear. So I don't know who I'd go see between the Struts and Extreme. I mean, I've seen Extreme so many times, and I've seen them on this tour.
Yeah, I might just watch the Struts because I'd never seen them before.
Yeah.
And if they suck, I'd go over see Extreme.
Yeah, exactly. So after Chevelle and Everclear, they play on this at the same time is Bush. They play on the same stages as Mammoth, but nobody else is playing at that time.
I'm not a big Bush fan of the president or the band.
I'd probably go see them just because there's no other bands playing at the time. And you might as well.
Sure, give them a shot. I mean, they might surprise you, but the songs I know, like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That's the only thing I can think of with Bush. I'm like, I didn't like it back then. So,
and so the next two bands playing are Flyleaf. They're on the Lightning stage, which I'm thinking is the third stage, and then it was going to be Motley Crue was playing, but they pulled or they got pulled or whatever, and Alice in Chains is taking their place. Which I've never seen Alice in Chains. I would definitely go see them.
Yeah, between Flyleaf and Alice in Chains, no brainer. Alice in Chains.
Exactly.
I have seen Alice in Chains.
I have not.
I saw them with Lane Staley when they opened for Saigon Kick in front of about 20 people in a small club. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool.
They were really good.
Then after Alice in Chains on the other stage is Halestorm, which I've never seen, but I love them. Lizzie Hale is amazing.
Yeah. Big thumbs up. I've never seen them either, but yeah, I like Halestorm. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the closer of the night is Def Leppard, which we really don't need to talk about. They're amazing.
Yeah. I haven't seen Def Leppard in probably 15, 20 years, but I've always liked them. I've never seen them do a bad show. And with Def Leppard, there's no fake vocals. It's them all singing because they don't sound like the record, but they're still great. They're a great live band.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's Saturday. And between the 2 days, Saturday is the day I'd be going to.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be so long because it looks like you can bounce around if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
So I would.
And Puddle of Mud is, so they start out, Royal Lynn, Kat Von D, and Trapped are playing like at 12:30 to 2 o'clock on the three different stages. But then Puddle of Mud plays at 2. I'd probably try to be there by then just to see them.
Yeah, just to see what it's like.
Yeah. And then I'd have to make decisions between the Struts and Extreme and then Mammoth. So, yeah, I would definitely go to Saturday over Sunday. But we're going to talk about Sunday right now.
Sunday. You know, I mean, I hope with this, for these people going, I hope they have enough shade. You know, structures. If it's just outside, but you should have some structures or something up for shade, because that's a long day for some people to be out there at the beach. So you hope this is the first time they're doing it. So
yeah, it is on the beach. It's no question. It's not like it's near the beach or at a venue close to the beach. It is on the sand with the water on one side of you and the boardwalk on the other side.
Okay, I got this tickle in my nose.
You know, a guy told me one who is big into Asian medicine and stuff like this. He told me if you have to sneeze, because sneezing apparently in Asia is a big no-no, right? It's very offensive.
Okay.
Which I'm like, okay, fine. He said if you rub right above and between your eyes, if you have to sneeze, if you rub right there, it goes away. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
but it works. I've tried it a number of times, and it totally works.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So give it a try sometime.
All right. This public service announcement from Daddy.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
On to our regularly scheduled program of talking about Boardwalk Rock. On Sunday, May 18th, the schedule starts out with Saliva, which I've heard of, but I don't know anything about them. So
I like their first album. I don't think one of their lead singers with it. It's somebody else singing, so it's a replacement singer for Saliva. Yeah, their first record was good, but other than that, okay.
Then comes somebody called Tim Montana that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, it's more of that hard rock / country fusion type deal.
Kind of sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the stage by nobody else is playing at that time. Next at 1:30, these two bands are playing on different stages, Fuel and Blackstone Cherry. And I like Blackstone Cherry a lot. I know some Fuel songs. I don't know that I'd go to Fuel over Blackstone Cherry, but
Oh, it's easy for me. I'd take Blackstone. I haven't seen either band. I'm not a big Fuel guy. Fuel to me is a lot like Puddle of Mud.
yeah.
But Blackstone Cherry is actually quite good.
Oh, yeah.
Very popular in Europe. Not so much in the States, but great band.
Yeah. At the second stage, after those two bands is lit, they don't have anybody else playing, so I'd watch them. I know a few of their songs. They're okay.
I saw Lit open for Bon Jovi. They were great. They're great live. Very catchy songs.
Next up, playing on two different stages is Candlebox, who I saw open for Rush, and I couldn't tell you anything about them. They were that not memorable. And then some band called Crossfade that I don't know anything about.
Candlebox bores the crap out of me. And Crossfade, I watched a couple of their videos just to see who the heck they were. 90s forgettable. Yeah. I'd pass. And I would go eat lunch during both of those bands. Not for me.
Well, you'd have an extended lunch because the next band up is Dorothy, which, again, I don't know anything about.
Female hard rock singer. She's very much a throwback to the 80s. A lot of 80s people have been playing with her. Apparently, she's like in early 20s, and she's been doing Monsters of Rock cruises and stuff like that. So you might want to check her out. So I heard a lot of good things about her.
All right. Next up on two different stages, and this is really a no-brainer for me. You have Three Doors Down on one stage and Night Ranger on another. No question.
Three Doors Down, right?
No.
Is Three Doors Down the band that does that Kryptonite song?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like them. Night Ranger's great. Always great live. Night Ranger all day. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know a few songs by Three Doors Down. Kryptonite's their big hit, so... Night Ranger, been a big fan of since the 80s, so
see, that's smart. Two bands that are completely different, two different crowds. That makes sense. Yeah, don't put two bands that are similar on against each other. That makes sense.
Yeah, the Saturday when they have like the Struts and Extreme or Chevelle and Everclear, I don't know. That just seems kind of too similar.
Yeah.
But next after Night Ranger, playing on a stage with no other bands playing is Alice Cooper, which
pretty great.
You go see Alice Cooper. You don't miss that show.
No, fantastic.
Yeah. Next, this might be when I go to the bathroom or something. You have Shinedown on one stage, which I'm okay with Shinedown, actually. I'd go see them because I haven't seen them before. And on the other stage is Bret Michaels, which Mark and I saw Bret Michaels, and we left. We left the show after, 3-4 songs?
Yeah, it's because he played a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. We're like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, he started Sweet Home Alabama, and like, nope, we're out.
Yeah.
Yep, and we were in the car by the time Sweet Home Alabama ended.
Yeah, I like Bret Michaels with Poison because those four guys, it works. The chemistry is great. Bret Michaels by himself, I'm just not interested in. Yeah, he's entertaining and all, but I'm not interested in him by himself.
No.
And who's the band playing? Shinedown. I don't know anything about Shinedown. I would probably check out Shinedown over Bret Michaels solo. Just would. But if it was Poison, I would watch Poison over Shinedown.
Yeah, Shinedown's good. I like what I heard from them. I'm not a huge fan. Like I couldn't tell you one of their songs, but I do remember listening to them thinking that's good. I like that.
Okay.
Next on the stage by themselves is 3 Days Grace.
Couldn't tell you
anything about them.
Nope. 90s stuff.
I don't know if 3 Days Grace is some kind of Christian reference or what, but I'm not gonna stick around for that one.
Yeah, I just if they're that high in the bill, they must be popular, but
yeah, they're closing the same stage as Alice Cooper was on. Are you kidding me?
Shouldn't that be reversed?
Yeah. I would have reversed a lot of these, but they're old too.
They're marketing it toward the people 15 years younger than us, 20 years younger than us, I guess.
20, yeah, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then closing the show is Nickelback, which I don't know why Nickelback gets such a bad rap. They're okay. You know, I like some of their songs.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why they're getting such a bad rap all the time.
I think because they got popular and a lot of people couldn't figure out why. They write good tunes. I'm not a huge Nickelback fan, and apparently they're very heavy live. Apparently,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, I know some people just love them, but it's the same thing with Creed. People bash on Creed because people couldn't figure out why they were popular, and they sold 10 million albums, and same thing with Nickelback. I'm not a huge fan of either one of them, but I respect what they do. Maybe I would become a fan. I mean, if I was there, I would sit and watch Nickelback.
Yeah, I'd stay for Nickelback. I wouldn't like leave early or anything. So it looks like I'd be hanging around at the one stage for Shinedown and Nickelback.
Yeah,
You know.
depending on the layout, between the 2 days, I would obviously go Saturday. But if the layout was cool enough where I knew I could go take a break somewhere and, go see a stage and go sit down somewhere else or whatever, if it was laid out right, I might go to both days because there's good bands on Sunday too. But it just depends on the layout. If it's a train wreck where there's like no bathrooms or there's no cold water or no shade, you're gonna have to have shade for this.
Or if they're assuming, well, you got an ocean to go to the bathroom if you need to.
Gross.
Exactly. Oh man. So anyway, that's the lineup for Boardwalk Rock on Saturday and Sunday, May 17th and 18th. So
yeah, I kind of hope you go.
I'm thinking about Saturday. I'll talk with my brother and his sons and see if any of them would want to go.
Yeah, and is it cool enough to where, hey, you can actually, because I would be very surprised if there was a way you could go run out and jump in the ocean and play in the ocean for like 30 minutes and run back out there and watch a show.
Oh, I think so. I don't know. I don't know if you can go in the ocean from where. I know that the stages are on the sand right up against the water. So, if it's an extremely high tide, I don't know if they're going to be having problems with the proximity of the water to the stages, but
yeah,
I don't know.
If this is well planned out, this sounds like it could be an awesome thing they do every year, or it could be a complete train wreck,
Shit show,
which would make for a great podcast. And again,
I'll think about it. Like I said, it's I think it's $140 for one day. Actually, let me check.
Yeah, you told me something was like 140 and maybe 260 for both. Yeah,
it's general admission for 2 days is $250. For 1 day is $165. For general admission plus, which I don't really know what that means. Oh, upgraded air conditioned restrooms, amenities for comfort and access, meaning like a lounge with shade and relaxed seating.
Is that more money?
It's $300 for 1 day.
So yeah, I can.
Hospitality staff, private bar with drinks for purchase.
Yeah, this seems concerning to me. That's why I want you to go now. I was like, oh God, this is horrible.
Yeah, you want me to go? Okay, here's a little map of the place. So there's the main stage on one end of the beach.
Wear a hat.
Oh, absolutely. Then on the other end of the beach is the second stage, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks between the two stages.
Yeah, it depends how long a block is. You think it's like 100 yards between stages or like 500 yards?
I think it's probably 300 yards.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
That's reasonable.
There's a boardwalk between the two that goes out into the ocean with like kind of a little amusement park on the pier.
Oh, kind of like Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the third stage is kind of in the area where the second stage is. So luckily, the second and third stage, none of the acts override each other. So,
okay.
But the main and the second stages face each other, but they're, like I said, they're a few hundred yards apart.
Okay. I think like Rocklahoma does it that way too.
Yeah.
If I lived out there, I would go the first year just to see. I would make sure I wore a hat, long sleeve T-shirt, sunscreen. Yeah.
Yeah. For the VIP, which is $510, there's a dedicated viewing platform at the main stage, dedicated viewing areas to all stages, amenities for comfort and access, upgraded air-conditioned restrooms. I don't know. I'm not paying $510 for one day.
No, I wouldn't either. But then again, we're older guys. I guess I could see myself paying $500 for both days and the bands being like spectacular. For this lineup, I'm not paying $500, and I like a lot of these bands, but I like maybe 30% of them. Oof, no, it's a little pricey.
Yeah, let's see. I like on Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the bands I would be into. On Sunday, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm like 5 on Sunday and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on Saturday. So yeah, Saturday would win it for me, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
Yeah, it's first time, but it's who knows. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're not sure, I would say if you're not sure, wait till the last second because you don't know how well this thing is going to sell. And sometimes they do a big ticket dump if it's not selling that great. So.
Well, it looks like most of they say limited access. Now, I don't really know if that's anything, if limited access really means anything.
Right.
So, if you go to the tickets, you would have to go on the wait list for the 2-day, like the Platinum and the Ultimate versions. Platinum is $1,750 for 2 days.
Oof.
And the Ultimate is $3,950.
No, thank you.
But they're sold out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Platinum, the $1,750 is sold out as well.
Jeez. I know those Monsters of Rock cruises are in the couple thousand. You'll spend like $1,700 per person. But that's a lot more bands. And
You're on a cruise.
And on a cruise, and it's a lot more days. I can see paying for that, but not for 1 or 2 days on the beach.
No,
I don't see this thing lasting. But okay,
not at those prices.
No. All right, but if you go, you gotta tell us what it's like.
Oh, no doubt. I will. But I'll definitely next time we talk, I'll talk about the Dweezil Zappa show.
Yeah.
And Stanley Jordan, if we haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, yeah, because we got one more show before you go to Costa Rica. So.
All right. Cool.
On that note, well, I'll say goodbye.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, bye. What a crap ending that is. Okay. All right.